Welcome to episode 6 of the Backmarkers podcast. My name is Jason. To my left, right, and center, we've got Tyler, Ryan doing some Twinkie stuff, and Logan rocking the Chase Cuck equipment.
Hooters! Show me your Hooters.
That's for later in the podcast when it gets sexy.
Hey, yeah, just remember that's why you're watching, all right? So you got to make it past the 9-minute mark. That's the motivation to make it past the 9-minute mark, okay?
I'm basically the pimp,
and you 5. Logan's got some titties.
I'm Jeffrey Epstein, and you guys are my child brides or whatever.
Oh.
All right, let's get back to topic here.
Wait, are we a NASCAR
I don't think we
podcast?
ever had a topic. What's that?
We're talking about NASCAR this week, boys. So let's see.
That we haven't been talking about NASCAR every week.
Did we?
I thought this was an F1 podcast. I mean,
Yeah.
It might be. If you look up Backmarkers podcast, it's a F1 podcast. So
I was trying to cover like local go-kart racing at this place called Funtown.
I mean,
it's just random kids and their parents, but
not sus at all. We're not.
We actually we raced at Phoenix this week.
Phoenix?
Were your
the championship
opinions?
track?
Yay! What was your opinion of the race, Ryan? What did you think about Phoenix this week?
Oh gosh. I mean, it was one of those races where it just. I mean, Phoenix is kind of a short race to begin with, but I just didn't feel like there was like a whole lot going on, like especially when you compare it to like the last couple of weeks we had. The restarts were obviously insane. I mean, that's really the best part about Phoenix is that first lap when the entire field just goes below the apron there, and you're trying to see like how far you can go in the turn one there and sail it off in there. So that was the majority of the interesting shit that happened. We had a few guys coming back and forth between the field. There's a few comers and goers. I think Kyle Larson got another speeding penalty while we were talking about this. So he had a very fast car, but he couldn't,
it was a little too fast, especially on pit road.
Yeah, he got the Denny Hamlin Award for most speeding penalties in the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was interesting is like I always felt like Kyle Larson used to do shit like that all the time. Like I know it's been like a little bit here since he's been like racing regularly, but like they said in the like his previous like 50 races, like he only had 2 speeding penalties. Like I felt like he was like one of the guys that like got a shit ton of speeding penalties and always got himself sent to the back. But I mean, there was actually quite a few speeding penalties. Like I think Chase got one. Yep. I know, some of the other top guys got some. But yeah, in the end, you had Mr. Martin Truex finally got him another win. I think it had been 28 races, and he should have probably won at least in that span, like at least 5 more. Because he's always up front every week. He has a fast car every fucking week, it seems like. There's just something that happens, and he ends up finishing second or third because he can't fucking close it out. So, but this week he got it done. So, good for Martin Truex and James Small.
Yeah, Martin Truex winning is always very exciting. Great job, Martin Truex Jr.
Why does it feel like the weirdest thing? I feel like we could have like the most exciting race ever. Like I feel like we could have had the most exciting race like at Vegas. Like all the shit that happened at Vegas, I think we all rated that race pretty highly. But it feels like if Truex would have won, like you just would have felt like it's boring. Like every time Truex wins a race, it just feels like it just feels boring. I don't know why every race he wins, I swear it just is like it feels boring.
He's boring.
I don't mind Truex winning. I mean,
I like Truex.
I'd rather have him than
Truex.
A Penske car win. So
I think 3 of us on this pod can agree that we would rather Martin Truex win than Joey Logano win. So one of us would definitely disagree with that though, but.
That's all right. I mean, 2 of us took Penske drivers to win the race. So
yeah,
you guys can't deny they're better than most of your fucking drivers.
I mean, they were stout too. They were stout. They were like top 3 for what? Like
I think
They were
top
top 6 for a while.
I think there were 6 Fords in the top 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, well, that was the thing. It was like it was basically them, and then Harvick, and then
Almirola
was
11th.
like he was kind of there. Custer wasn't really there. Like I don't know.
I don't know
like,
what happened to Custer. He like disappeared and then finished like 3 laps down.
Well, I mean, he got Bubba.
He got bubbled in the.
Oh yeah, I
backstretch
saw that.
wall there
that's
at the
right.
end.
Oh yes.
I may have taken like a quick old man nap during stage 3 at some point. So,
Dude, Bubba actually had like a little bit of speed though. Like he was
I was
racing.
gonna say, let's sell out again and let's talk about Bubba.
Guess who called that? This fucking
His crew
guy.
chief effed him over though, having him stay out.
Yes.
He already had good track position. He had a fast car at that point. Why stay out?
Dude, that was the thing, and it was so funny because we have like a chat between all of us, like, but during the race, and we said as soon as he stayed out, we were like, oh fuck, Bubba's going straight to the back, and that's exactly what happened. Was that like the end of like stage 2 maybe, when they like tried that shit?
It was
a late race. It was like restart, yeah.
50 to go.
And
okay. That late because
passed, like,
mid late.
Because he still worked his way back up to like 16.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, that was stage 3. Yeah.
That was really impressive. That was like a really good showing too for that 2311 car. Like maybe they run better with the higher horsepower or whatever, but that was just a good showing all, especially versus like his old ride.
Well, yeah, they definitely needed that for sure because, other than Daytona, like we saw him up in the front for a little bit. Other than that, like it's just feels like he's run 20th and then has had some sort of issue on pit road or gets involved in an accident. So it was good to finally see them have like a pretty clean race. And
he got Newman
where did he finish? Did he finish like top 15?
16.
Yeah.
16. Okay.
He had leftover damage from getting into it with Newman there early on.
He deserved a top 10 though. Honestly.
In other news, Ryan Newman fucking stinks. That's all.
I mean, I think we've been known.
I love that commercial where it's talking about like Ryan Newman. It's like he could still be champion.
Yeah, he still believes he could be champion. It's like it should then cut to like someone saying, like some kid saying, "I believe in fucking unicorns," and then it's like, yeah, look, there's a unicorn. She believes in unicorns because those are more likely to exist than Ryan Newman winning a championship at this point in his career,
especially in a Roush.
Who knows? Kyle Larson is back, so
if Ryan Newman fucking believes he can win a championship, like honestly, ever,
I believe I could fly.
And then they cut to Timmy Hill saying, "I believe I can win a championship," and then the world fucking explodes.
The funny thing about that commercial though is that Ryan Newman doesn't actually say that. Because there is no chance that Ryan Newman would actually say that.
He
especially in that equipment.
I respect that. He understands his place.
I don't think Ryan Newman wins a championship in any equipment unless he's in an F1 car racing against Cup cars. Then he might, possibly.
No.
That could be a good like future segment though. Like who'd go over to F1 and do good?
That's an off we can.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good segment.
Someone probably just Chase.
Somebody keep track
of that.
Allmendinger's 39 years old. I think his time's passed. He didn't make it through the Red Bull Academy. He didn't make it through the Red Bull Academy.
That's true. Then again, though, Red Bull.
Scott Speed did though.
I feel like Kyle Larson could. I feel like he'd be good.
I feel like that too, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he could probably race anything.
He could probably like spaceships.
I mean, I really think like he's gonna try to do the Indy 500, Coke 600 soon.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I support any driver trying to do that. It's pretty awesome. I mean, the only one who did it that I remember and clearly in my lifetime was obviously Kurt Busch, but Cody Stewart, I guess.
I'm not a huge fan of this PJ one that they put down on the track. I mean,
yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's get through the races first. Let's start judging the races first.
Put it over the whole track. Put it over the whole track and just let them go at it.
Just let them go wide.
Why even put it on at that point?
Because there's way more grip with it. I mean, see what happens.
If there's more grip, then
some of the grip's gonna. Yeah, but some of it's gonna wear out before others, and I don't think if too much rubber gets down in a certain spot, it can get slick, but you're not going to be laying too much rubber down with that stuff down. Or why don't we cover every track in dirt? Let's do Daytona dirt next year. They'll have to get all the dirt in Florida, but we can do it.
Yeah.
You have to start using sand.
So I
go back to
guess,
the beach.
I'll start with Logan. Where do you rate Phoenix?
Let's see. I got it up here.
We have to apologize for his brain. He can't remember as well as other people.
His IQ is now room temperature.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler.
He's heating up.
My cup race, I had 7.2.
Whew.
Wow.
That's fucking high.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good racing, but it
Defend yourself.
Was it?
It looked like it was harder to pass in mid-pack area.
Like, so it was like Phoenix?
Yeah. That's why I got a 7.2.
Yeah, but that's still. I mean, personally, I was like I had a 5.5.
If you're basing off 5 is average, I feel like that's what we like. I mean, 5 doesn't sound good, but like if you have to base off like 1 through 10, like 5 is dead average. You'd still get a 7.2.
Yeah. I mean, 5 should be average. Yeah, that's why I said 5.5.
I mean, the restarts give it way more.
I mean, the restarts
value. So,
but there weren't that many of them. That's the problem.
I mean, that is the thing. Like the restarts are. I mean, I can't think of a more exciting track for restarts than Phoenix.
And Cal Busch crashed, so that also raised it.
I mean, the last 3 tracks all had pretty good restarts if you think about it, because I mean, not as good as Phoenix per se, but Homestead, you'd have like 4 wide in the corner. They were crazy at the start of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And Brad tried to go head on into the inside wall.
Oh, dude, when he went down, that was the thing. When he did that, I was like, bro, like you're literally already clear of the outside lane. I don't know why, like you needed to go down to literally hitting the inside wall.
I think he knew it was going to be the most thrilling thing he did all day. So he's just like, fuck it, let's go. Jeff Gordon's like,
give this inside wall a high five.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, his crew's like standing
out
on the wall. He's gonna try and high five him.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not like some drain just sitting down there, like at like Kentucky.
Hilarious.
Just turns him straight left.
Yeah.
Where so Rye, where are you at with the rating for this race?
I had it at a 5.2. There were some interesting spots in the race, but there was also it's also hard when you try to compare it to, you know, a few of the races that we've had more recently, like Vegas and Homestead and the road course at Daytona. But I mean, like we said, the restarts were exciting. We had guys, you know, comers and goers. You know, Blaney was up there for a little while. He fell back. You had Truex that fell way back to start with. He drove all the way up through the field. Kyle Larson came up and down. Chase fell off through the middle of the race and then came back towards the end. So you had a lot of, you know, different movement that was going on. But, you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, this is the championship track. This is where NASCAR is at, is, you know, you're coming back here. And if a casual fan watched this entire race here, you know, I'm not really sure they'd be like, oh, yeah, like I'm so excited for the championship race to be at this track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still don't understand why they don't race this track at night.
Right?
The spring race always used to be a night race here, and that would make it a
gorgeous race.
Yeah, and that would at least make it more interesting. Like, I mean, I would be more curious to just see, like, it does make sense, especially like with football gone now. Like, there should be no reason why this race can't be like a Saturday night. Why we can't have more Saturday night races.
The ARCA cars looked great under the lights.
I mean,
granted they're garbage, but they looked really good.
And it might give some more, because that was a thing.
I mean, Gracie Trotter couldn't even make it through one turn.
The women of NASCAR, Gracie Trotter and Tony Bredinger, half a lap.
Yeah.
Well, that was
not even half a lap.
They made it to turn 1, or not even turn 1, really.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing, because Logan was touching on that earlier about like the PJ1 is like it just became like you could, if you had fresh tires on, the bottom would work for about like
30
5 to
seconds.
7 laps, and then after that it was like you had to be in that shit. So maybe if it was a night race, it would give the bottom, like it would be more of an option. So they would either have to do that, or
and it would take the PJ1 longer to get
to
grippy at
activate.
night too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. It's like I almost thought they should have fucking pushed it up further and further, because you saw like the very top of the track, like there was like dirt and shit all over it. If they had like pushed the PJ1 way up there, like it might have gotten to the point where the two lanes were actually even, because you would have to go so far up to like get that more grip. I just thought it was too close to like the regular groove. I thought they could have pushed it up like, I don't know, 15 feet, like on each side of the track. And
I
it
don't know
would've
about
been
that,
really
considering
close.
anytime anybody got any higher than the first groove of PJ1, they slammed into the wall because they hit marbles. So
Right.
it's
I mean,
hard
I,
to
I
say.
think I think it would have. I just feel like it would have cleaned off though. Like if there was only that much of, there was only like that little bit available, I still feel like the guys would have figured out like some way to use it, like especially on the long run. And I almost think like PJ1, like it's the only reason we've had it in the last couple years is because it seems like for NASCAR at least it's like a relatively new concept, but like the only reason they've started using it the past couple years is because the package itself is so terrible that they're like, yeah, you can't run behind another car, or else you'll never even get close to them because you're just pushed straight up the track. So it's like they have to, it's like a necessary evil. I don't think it makes the tracks really better. It's just like, if you're ever gonna even possibly see any type of passing, you kind of like need it. You know what I mean? So
The PJ1 at this track, I mean, it makes guys throw their car in, and it looks like they're just on NASCAR heat. That's what it basically looks like.
yeah.
And it's crazy too because like go back 5, maybe even 10 years and say, yeah, the outside is dominating at Phoenix. They'd be like, what are
Right.
you on?
Exactly.
Because that was always an
Mhm.
inside dominated track because it's a flat track. Like it looks super, even on TV it looks super flat. And that's
Yeah.
saying something too because we thought like Atlanta was like 90 degrees. And it's like what? It's like less than Homestead.
Atlanta,
They're
I
like
think
pretty
it's
A
close.
little bit.
24. Atlanta's like 24, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not horribly banked. Anyways, yeah, it's like you guys were saying, it's kind of artificial and it always pushes the racing towards the top, which then again you can't really do anything after that. Because if you can't have your car on the bottom, or even if it can, everyone's gonna be a lot faster on the high side. You're just gonna rip it like NASCAR heat, like Logan said.
I mean, the racing's gonna be worse without it. That's the one problem.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
the
And that's what
unfortunate
sucks.
part.
It's like a
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That was
That's why I
awesome
say
today.
put that NASCAR jizz all over the track and let's see what happens. Just
You know
put
what they
like-
should have done? You know what would have been really interesting is if they put the PJ1 like literally like on the fucking bottom, like of turn 1 and 2, like 3 lanes below the apron or something like that. That would add like another.
On pit lane.
Yeah. Like guys would go down on the restarts like way down there. Like I think it would be kind of interesting. They put it like 2-3 lanes below like the yellow
Just make
line.
designs, man. Make a big American flag design across
Yeah.
across there, the dog leg, man. You're like, oh yeah, I'm driving over the flag, baby. Let's go.
Oh, you know what else? You know what else too?
I don't.
They could make the dog leg off camber, or like the inside of it off camber.
You mean like the inside lane at New Hampshire? Just kind of
Yeah.
reverse camber? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's logical. So the cars are sliding down to the right on the outside if they hit it wrong.
Yep.
And just taking out the field.
Oh yeah, just
But the thing is,
destroying it.
if they did that, that also creates such a drainage problem for the rain that they do get.
Yeah.
They don't get
Why
rain.
is it whenever NASCAR comes, it rains with
You'd
the
be
ARCA rain?
surprised. You'd be really surprised.
I
how
know.
much it
It
rains
just
in
seems
Phoenix.
like whenever we come to these desert tracks, there's always rain. When
I'm
NASCAR
always
comes.
like confused about Southern California because whenever they went to Auto Club, it always had like a chance to rain. I'm like, bro, it's like summer. What the fuck? Like it was literally 120 the day before.
Dude,
If you're having a drought, have NASCAR come to your town.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I would.
That'll settle it pretty quickly.
This is gonna be off topic, but you did say California. I would literally give anything for the last like California like 2 mile race to be under the fucking lights again.
Oh yeah.
Don't get my hopes up, baby.
That was always so sick when it. I don't. I think we could probably all agree on this. The fact that NASCAR does not have more night races is a fucking shame, honestly.
It is. They're so pretty.
It really
It's
is.
like they want the tires to be in bad shape because anytime you're under the lights, you're just going to have better grip. Tires are going to last a little bit longer. And I think it makes for more interesting racing most of the time.
Well,
and that's why NASCAR doesn't do it, because anything the fans want, the NASCAR just takes a big shit on.
Well, like they're probably gonna end up moving the door numbers as well next year. They're already talking about that again.
Well, yeah, because we don't pay the money to put the sponsors on the cars, so they don't give a shit what our opinion is. It's gonna look like the Canon East Series. Fucking, that's awesome.
I was literally just.
I'd rather have it on
RV
the rear.
East.
I'd rather have it on the rear quarter panel than on the in front of the rear tire.
Then your fucking rear quarter panel gets knocked off, and you don't have a number on the left side of your car. That's great.
You got the roof at least, unless you're Russell Phillips.
Rest in peace, sir.
Dude, I know that the Cup, or I know like the Truck Series, they have like a fair amount of night races, but like, so the only Cup Series races in the regular season that are night races are the Martinsville race in the spring, which is a Saturday night race. Then they have, the Coke 600 that goes in the night. And then other than that, it's not until the fucking regular season finale at Daytona where it's under the lights. And then they have that one, Southern 500's under the lights. Richmond is under the lights. Bristol's under the lights. So they have all those right in a row under the lights. But what doesn't make sense is all those races are like right when football is starting back up, like right when college football is going. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Like there's nothing at night now that would like discourage that at all. Why we couldn't have more night races, like, so that doesn't.
Yeah. And the low horsepower, high downforce package, it races a lot better when it's cooler and when there's when it's like cloudy or darker out.
Yeah,
races a lot better.
Like all the 1.5 mile tracks, that have lights should be under the lights because of this package. Yeah, when there's more grip and you can run wide open and draft more and
then it also gives that aesthetic to like the older fans because most of those guys like to go out to the just like short tracks and it's like a Saturday night thing.
That's what makes that's I think the only reason why that makes Saturday nights a bad time is because the Saturday night short track racing is Saturday night short track racing. That's been a big problem with like my brother's Pass races. His Pass fucking loves to race the start of their season on Sunday afternoons for like the first half of the year, and it's always during the Cup races. It's a huge fucking bummer.
Yeah.
And so it's always tearing my season in half because then they start racing on Saturdays in the second half of the season, and that's when NASCAR starts running shit on Saturdays.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. And that's the reason. That's one of the many reasons why Pass is totally fucked. But that's another topic. So who's got? I feel like there wasn't a very clear driver of the day for me.
Man, I didn't even get to do my pick or my rating.
You shut up.
Yeah, did you guys?
You shut up.
Jay rate?
Yeah, he got a
5.5.
Yeah,
I just didn't talk for 12 minutes because it's a simple explanation. I don't feel like there was a very clear driver of the day because I feel like a lot of the drivers in the top 10 were drivers that should have 100% been in the top 10. Then again, you guys don't have to rate your drivers like I do. I kind of want to feel like my driver that I picked went above and beyond. So I'm going to go with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. because simply doesn't feel like a very Ricky Stenhouse Jr. track. He's racing in mediocre equipment, and he finished 12th. I feel like big time for Ricky Stenhouse at Phoenix. would anybody have thought Ricky Stenhouse running in the top 20 at a track like that? Not me. Good job, Ricky Stenhouse, and you kept your car in one piece. It's a victory in itself.
I mean, yeah.
What do you think? Who's your driver? Don't say William Byron.
I mean, I won't say William Byron, but William Byron did have a very nice day. He was top 10 literally the entire race after starting the back, got stage points, both stages. But that's not my driver of the race. I'm gonna say Kyle Larson. Nope, I'm gonna say Kyle Larson because he's number one start in the back. You could tell very early on, even before the competition caution came out, that car was fast. He drove, I think, up to like 14th or something like that, and then they gained a bunch of spots on pit road, and then he got a speeding penalty, went all the way back there.
He drove past him.
Yeah, he probably.
I think there has to be like an asterisk when we say someone's starting in the back or going to the back after a pit penalty, because all the Rick Ware cars and all those other back markers just pull the fuck over and let those guys pass them. So they're already back in like 28th maybe by the time they restart. So yeah, I think a lot of that's overblown. But
I mean, a little bit.
He still had to drive back.
There's still pretty decent cars. Like, he's got to make his way through, like, so. I mean, to do that, 3 times throughout the entire race, he had, I think the second time he got caught for speeding, he was in the lead. And then, had the pit stop, and people thought like, oh, he's going to be a lap down or something. And then he came out and he just started going through people. He was like, I think he got up to like 14th or 13th before that stage 2 finish. So, especially coming off a win last week, it was a good showing again for Kyle Larson, and especially to do it at like a track that's, so much different than at Vegas, where we know like he's going to run well, and Homestead, those type of tracks. He's been speed-wise one of the most consistent guys. If you look at, Daytona road course, like the 1.5 mile tracks, and then here.
You want to name off any other tracks that Kyle Larson's real good at while you're at it?
All right, anyways, I'm going next because y'all skipped me. So
yeah, you were about to eat your microphone. I could tell you were ready to go.
I always press my head on it. Anyways. I'm gonna give the race a 6.3, by the way, just because fuck y'all for skipping me.
I was going to ask you.
Sorry, they took 12 minutes to start telling us why their race was so rated perfectly.
Understandably so. I just thought it was fun to watch. I like cars slipping and sliding around. Anyways.
You like cars? You should have just stopped with I like cars.
I like.
By the way, I watched Cars.
Yes. We'll talk about that after this.
Yeah.
Hell yes. My driver of the race, surprisingly, Bubba Wallace. He drove pretty well late in the race. He passed people like Kevin Harvick, which is pretty insane. And I was a Bubba hater before this. I'm still a Bubba hater, as in I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. But he did pretty solid.
Kevin Harvick.
Who else passed Kevin Harvick?
Right before that caution, he was 8th and he passed Kevin Harvick, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I was eating, and I was like, hold up. Hold up.
Dude, William Byron took Kevin Harvick 3 wide twice on a restart, so no big deal.
Kevin Harvick was on a drive for diversity.
Yeah, rest in peace though, Bubba. His crew chief forgot to press X to pit.
Oh yeah.
Logan, driver of the day.
My driver today is Kevin Harvick. Especially after Las Vegas, he needed a good run, and I mean he got that 6th place. He was consistently in the front there, and yeah, that's my driver of the race.
Kevin Harvick has 4 top 10s in 5 races. I don't think he needed anything, but
Stuart Haas was down.
I'll give you Stuart Haas. And Stuart Haas is still a dumpster fire because I don't like it's going to take Chase, and Cole Custer got a fluky win last year, and it's going to take Chase. Who knows what it's going to be like with this new car? Nobody's driven it really, and Stuart Haas could either things could level out next year, or they might still be garbage. I think they're going to be garbage for most of the year because Almirola sucks, and Kevin Harvick's their only really good driver.
Win every single race.
Hey, Hey Jay, like next time I'm just gonna give an explanation like Logan, okay? And then will you not like cut me off during it?
Yeah, I'm not the one who usually cuts people off, but I got a couple coming. I mean, sometimes y'all motherfuckers just need to be cut off, bro, and I'm here to cut you off.
I have a lot of fucking things swirling around my head, and I have a lot of things I want to say about the race.
So how was that Xfinity race, guys?
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna get a drink while
you transition.
Boop, 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 boop. All right, now that we very much prolonged our Cup Series talking, let's get to the Xfinity Series and hopefully make it a little more brief than the Cup Series. Logan, you go first. Tell us about the race.
I thought it was pretty good. I really wanted Noah Gragson to do well, and that didn't last very long with his engine expiring. But I mean, Brandon Brown, his team has been very good this year.
What about Tommy Joe Martin?
Only exception is Homestead in Miami, and that's because they had some engine issues. Otherwise, I think besides they finished like 6th, 11th, and then Homestead now, and then they finished 3rd. Yeah.
Logan, didn't you put him in your playoffs?
No, that was Ryan Sieg.
Sieg?
That's not looking so hot
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Sieg's had a tough.
He's having that Stuart Friesen year because he switched manufacturers, I feel like.
The manufacturer curse.
Yeah, it's like he'll get it together next year, but he'll
I
probably
still wanted
to
see
the playoffs.
Yeah, I still wanted to see Austin Cindric wreck Brandon Jones for the lead there. He almost did it before that caution came out.
That was gonna be sick.
And it looks like he didn't even need to wreck him.
No.
Dude, that was the thing. Like the Xfinity race was it was kind of weird because Austin Cindric started up front, like he led a majority of the opening of the race, won the first stage, and then after that, like I think he had a bad pit stop or something, got shuffled back a little bit, and then the Gibbs cars are really good, like Hemrick, Jones. I know how to penalty set him back a little bit. Harrison Burton was like top 4 the entire race.
I think you're forgetting the best Gibbs car.
Gibbs, I think.
Yeah, Gibbs.
Double Gibbs.
I mean, Ty finished. I mean, I know he finished 2nd, but he didn't run as good as his teammates.
Dude, he was like 4th the entire race.
He was between 7th and 4th literally the entire race.
After he drove up from like 27th, he was like in the top 5 for the entire
race. In his second Xfinity
I don't know what race you were watching.
First oval too.
No, he was definitely good. I personally thought like some of his teammates were a little bit faster than him. So like full speed wise, like I mean, obviously like he's impressive, like he did great.
You tripping, bro?
Yeah, you tripping hard, bro.
I'm not tripping. I don't think it's like insane to say that Hemrick and Burton, even Jones, he got set back a little bit. Like they were just as fast. He got
sent to the inside wall.
I mean, yeah, that happened as well. And then Allgaier was up there leading for a little bit. But obviously they had the late restart or whatever, and all kinds of chaos fucking took place.
Had like 4 cars into the wall there.
You had 4. Yeah, you had who?
Jeb Burton absolutely
should not have been up front.
Jeb Burton like sent it in that corner so hard and washed up and cleared out like a couple cars.
Yep.
That was like a NASCAR heat restart there.
That was awesome.
I thought that was pretty bad.
I thought Allgaier was going to be in a good spot on Cindric, and then I don't know if he got like ran up a little bit by Cindric or if he just got really fucking tight or what happened, and then he's in the fucking wall off at 2, and then everybody's trying to go past him, and then we get a wild fucking top 10 out of this race. Obviously Cindric and Gibbs probably, they got good finishes. They ran, pretty well all race. But other than that, you got Brandon Brown in 3rd. You got Herbst in 4th. You got fucking Bailey Curry in 7th. Brett Moffitt 9th.
Mike Harmon, baby.
So.
More importantly, you can see it behind me now. Tommy Joe Martins was back in the Diamond Gusset Jeans car at Phoenix. I just want to point that out. I have no ties to Diamond Gusset Jeans. I think it just sounds ridiculous, and I love it when they sponsor Tommy Joe Martins, who is Logan's fantasy date.
Yes, sir.
Another tough man behind Ryan, though. Honestly, he ran a really good race
he
until he got bamboozled.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Sentinel 30.
Oh,
Josh Barrett.
Josh Berry. Did you say
Yeah.
Barrett?
No,
Yep.
Barrett.
Well, that was.
I know it's Josh Berry, but I just said Barrett.
JRM. They've had speed every race. Like if every car had no issues the entire race and they just finish it based on speed, I think every JRM car would finish in the top 12 of every race we've ran so far easily.
Hot take.
I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Well, both Gregson and Annette had engine issues this time.
Right. Oh, the fucking legend.
Oh, he looks like he's trying to eat you, Jay. He is hungry, bro.
I mean, we're basically the same size.
He's
Hey, look back at him, bro. Like, look back and just look terrified.
Oh, look back at it. Look back at it. Yo, I guarantee you motherfucker's got a big ass dump truck on him.
Oh, no shit.
Catch me at
Applebee's. Sounds like a truck, baby.
Catch me at Applebee's, bitch.
Yeah. Dude, if we get together and me and Tyler go around to the Oxford 250, I'm gonna dress as Mike Harmon. He'll be dressed like Dale Earnhardt.
You and I should get in a fight too, like right.
Yeah,
like,
you guys gotta be there too. Who would these guys be dressed as? Like, I don't know. Logan can look like like Josh Berry. Yeah, dude. Somebody will probably let him take their late model out. You just be like, hey, I'm Josh Berry. Can I drive your car real quick?
Yeah. I just have like a white shirt on and I just have JRM just duct taped onto it.
Dude, I'll just tell tell my brother. I'll be like, hey man, I got to know Josh Berry. He's wondering if I could take out your backup car for the race.
Yeah.
Logan, you need to do a recreation picture of that flipping off one.
Oh, you missed it. He did it earlier. He was stoic. Here, do it again. Take your hat off. Do it again.
Is that Josh Berry?
It's the glasses. He can't hear me. Yeah. Oh, dude. Look at us a little bit more.
Look at the camera. There we go.
Turn a little bit.
Yeah. Dude,
extend your hand a little bit more.
There we go.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, we can.
Josh Berry Jr. up in this piece. We got Dale Earnhardt Jr. And we got Josh Berry Jr.
All I need to change is my hairstyle a little bit, and
oh, even then, dude, it's pretty damn good.
That was very close.
What NASCAR driver do I look like, though? That's the real question.
You look like Kevin Harvick's dick.
How do you know what that looks like?
Just assuming it looks like you.
Okay.
Skinny and kind of long.
With some hair
really fucking white.
Kevin Harvick's gonna watch the podcast and be like, why does that look like my dick?
And it's got a little Twinkie hair at the end of it, too. The old man Twinkie hair.
All right. Well,
I mean, no, you could be like if Joey Gase had twice as much AIDS.
Joey Gase?
No!
We're going with Joey Gase here.
Colby Howard, maybe? Joey Gase's nephew? It's better than being fucking Mike Harmon, bro, and that's what I got going for me.
Jeez, man. I'm going to have to do some research on what...
Yeah,
Actually, leave in the comments what NASCAR driver do I look like?
Yeah, everybody's grandparents. Leave your comment on what NASCAR driver you think Ryan looks like.
The first comment's gonna be NASCAR dad with Dale dad.
Girlfriend. Please leave a comment on who you think Ryan looks like. You kind of look like Gay Pat from Barstool.
I mean,
you two are the only gay guys who like wear your hat. You can pull off backwards hats and shit.
Yeah, shit. And I can say I can drop the word if I want to.
You ain't gay, but word. Although Logan, you kind of look like do look like Tommy Joe Martins too. I like have a picture of him right up here, and you and Tommy Joe Martins and Josh Berry could go as like triplets for Halloween.
That'd be really funny.
You could all get a pair of diamond
glasses. That, yeah. Like they have the same facial build.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking
I just need to lose some pounds.
They finished 36, 38, 39th. That is rough.
You say junior motor? Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happened? I didn't remember Annette having an engine failure. That's wild.
Yeah, because they only talked about it for like 1 second. They're like, and then that's going to the garage for engine issues.
Yeah, he's a fucking afterthought.
Dude,
he's a more than any car. He's just a driving billboard.
Dude, Riley Herbst is up to 12th in the standings.
after one good race. It's pretty sad.
In front of a net, Noah Gragson is 19th. Tommy Joe Martin, 16th.
I think it's pretty safe to say that if we all had to, well, probably wouldn't all have the same driver, but if we cared much about the driver of the day for Xfinity, it'd probably be Brandon Brown. And
already from everything NASCAR related.
We headed to Atlanta. Anybody have any hot takes about Atlanta?
Atlanta kind of sucks now.
It needs to be repaved.
It's too old. The surface rate on it is too old, and it just does not provide the good racing as it used to.
And they need to shut the fuck up about advertising like how it's going to be such a good race because everyone's going to be slipping and sliding around just because it's going to be really boring.
We all kind of know Harvick's going to be good unless something bad happens.
I'm just hoping that there'll be at least some clouds, and it's not just going to be a hot, slick racetrack, because especially with this package, that's even more of a snooze fest than it already is.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is we know like the first, 5+ laps why the tires are still good. They're gonna be really exciting, because you're gonna have that full draft effect. So it'll be good those first 5 to 10 laps, but I think it'll be a lot like Vegas, where after that it's really gonna spread out like really fast. And the problem is almost like we kind of said is that it's so worn out to where the top used to like be, on the longer runs like a good option, but there's just so much lack of grip now that like whenever you start to get off that bottom, there's just not enough grip way up there to make that much longer around the track like actually worth it. So it ends up just being whoever can hook the bottom the best, and Harvick's been the best of that for the last several years here, and that's why he's been so good.
And that's been especially a problem the last year and probably this year, just for the fact that they don't have practice. So they're just, the only way the track's getting rubbered up is through the Cup or the Xfinity and the truck race. So before that, they had entire weekend to rubber the whole track up, and so I believe that helped that part, some of it.
I think it seems like at least the last couple of races I remember there is like the middle to like the outside. It's not too. It's doable in 1 and 2, but like 3 and 4, it's like you have to be on the bottom. That's what it seems like. It's like, I hate to say this, but if they really want to like not repave the track for a little while, I almost think they should put like a tiny little strip of like PJ1 like right against the fence in 3 and 4, because that might make things a little bit more interesting, because obviously like early on you're going to want to have that short way around because you're going to have all that grip, but I think that might make things interesting if you had that little extra grip right against the wall there. So
Kyle Larson would be happy.
Yeah, I mean they're not ever going to do that, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, we kind of know the players that are going to be good here, I mean, do we want to just get right into our race picks for this? Because
let's do it. Players.
I mean,
what player do you have?
What player do I have?
You said player, and I don't really necessarily call them players, but
I mean, it's just
think golf, motherfucker.
But
rest in peace, Tiger Woods.
More breaking news.
Facts.
Mike Marlar is going to be trying to make his Cup Series debut at the Bristol Dirt Race.
Wow.
The Dirt veteran will be trying to get the number 66 MBM car in the field.
Holy fuck.
Good luck, sir. Good luck. Could this be MBM's first win?
Talking about drivers that don't normally race, Bill Lester. He's racing the truck race here at Atlanta.
Is that official now?
Yeah.
He found a sponsor?
I believe it is.
Probably
I think it's Camping World.
I was gonna say probably Camping World.
I believe it is Camping World.
That makes
they
sense.
should just keep that rolling and see how many more Camping World trucks we can get in victory lane.
Let's see if we can get a full field of just Camping World.
Let's circle back. Who are you gonna pick to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway?
Boys, get them ready, because I got the hot take of the week. So I have no reasoning behind this. Just
Oh god.
a weird hunch that I decided to not go with some boring ass top 10 pick like a Penske guy or a Hendrick guy. I decided to think outside the box. Well, yes. Anyways, I decided to think outside the box a little bit and do someone that I would still be happy to see get a top 10. Matt DiBenedetto is going to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Wood Brothers equipment.
The Wood Brothers Penske car.
Yeah,
Hey, let me
Wood
back
Penske.
you up. Let me back you up with the stats on Matt DiBenedetto. He is 34.
Matt DiBenedetto.
The Italian stallion.
Wait, to win the race.
To win.
That's you.
That's what I'm saying. It's a hot take.
They still have like Clint Boyer and like Matt Kenseth on this list, and David Reagan. But of the last 3 Atlanta races, so pretty much 2018 to now, he is 34th as far as best average finish, with an average finish of 27.33 with 0 top 20s in the last 3.
I think we got to say this: if Matt DiBenedetto wins,
none of us can say his name right on the first time. Anyway,
Matty. Let's just say Matty D because that's easier.
Yeah.
If Matty D wins this fucking race, what do the rest of us have to do if Matty D wins this race?
With this
Jay,
podcast,
you gotta shave your head. Yeah. You gotta shave your head. Ryan, you have to go straight. Logan, you just have to quit being a farmer.
No, Logan has to figure out himself. and then him and Ryan have to make love to each other, and I'm forced to film. I have to film it.
Oh,
so that's my punishment.
Shit!
Or direct it. I'm gonna direct it. If I'm there, I'm gonna be doing some directing.
Oh, I like it.
Like I said, okay, Logan,
get a top 10.
Flip it and reverse it, bro. Flip it and reverse it. All right, flip that twing, baby.
Yeah. If that actually fucking happened, I mean, I do not see a scenario at all that Matt DiBenedetto.
Let's
I would say the stats do not back up Tyler's pick.
No, they do not. And like I said, I have no reasoning behind it, just a hunch, and I just wanted to get away from the boring picks. I know for sure that he's not going to win, and if I was going to bet money on him, I would lose money. But he's still winning this race, though.
I respect it.
I mean,
William Byron's only balls. He ranks 34th, and William Byron ranks 30th. His average finish is a 22.67. On that note,
I want William Byron to win this race.
Hey, you want me to tell you some guys who are lower on that list so you guys can pick them?
Where's Ryan Blaney?
Or like boring ass top 10 picks.
So Logan's got Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney actually falls 10th on that list with an average finish of 12.67, with a top 5, a top 10, and 2 top 20s in the last 3 races. So that pick is backed up by statistics. Not to mention Ryan Blaney. I feel like those don't do him justice. Penske cars are always set up well at Atlanta too. That's a real solid pick. So we got Ryan Blaney, and we're gonna all pretend we don't know Ryan's pick, and give us that pick, Ryan.
William Byron.
Nope. That's not it.
Remember last time when we all laughed at him?
Oh yeah, that's true. So are you switching your pick?
No. I am gonna stick with my original pick of Kyle Larson. He ran
finish of 10.5 in his last 3 races at Atlanta.
That's also with nasty equipment.
That's true.
It was, but I mean, I think for the most part, Atlanta is a pretty driver's track. Just with how worn out it is, and we know Kyle Larson's great on old tires and when you're slipping and sliding and that sort of thing. Obviously he's had a really good stretch of races here recently, and I did not see Kyle Larson winning a race this season. He's already got one, and I'm just gonna go all in, fuck myself. Kyle Larson's gonna get his second one of the year already, so let's go.
All right, I'm gonna pick Fireball Roberts. I think.
Wow.
I think that's
a good one.
From the dead. and just
I
wait.
can
He's gonna
honestly see that happening.
Yeah, man, that dude doesn't like to lift, and I don't think you have to lift at Atlanta anymore in these
With a name
cars.
like Fireball, he can never lift.
Yeah, I always he doesn't, man. I mean, how is your nickname Fireball and you die in a fireball and that's not talked about more?
Like,
I
how
mean,
is
that's what I'm
that
saying.
not so ironic? I think they just have to keep it so quiet
The
because
most ironic thing of all time. That like Dale Earnhardt, nobody knew Dale Earnhardt's nickname was
the wall.
head first at 123. But
Katie McDuffie was like, I'm gonna hit the ground with my head.
Wait till we get to Gordon Smiley.
This, Daniel Hemrick. No, sorry. Wrong series because he's 30 and racing in the Xfinity series.
You gotta give a hot take like me.
I want to give a hot
Stray
take,
away.
but I'm staring at this list of like answers to my question.
Stray away from the boring picks, brother.
Kevin Harvick.
Benedetto is like the most reasonable hot take, though.
Yeah, I mean that
is true. Maybe Dylan.
No.
What about Ryan Preece?
15th. Yeah.
What about Ryan Peace?
Ryan Peace.
Who's 14th in points right now ahead of Kyle Busch.
Rocket Ryan
Charter.
Ryan Peace. Him at Kansas be like.
I gotta go with like what makes sense, and I hate to do it 2 weeks in a row, but like,
oh god,
Brad Keselowski is probably going to win this race.
Brad Keselowski.
I'm just tired.
This race.
Penske's due because they've been up there.
No.
Logan's already got Blaney. And
Penske is not gonna win. Wait.
Here we go.
Should I make a wager right now?
I think most of my Cup picks have been Penske so far.
I know.
This year.
All you guys have been Penske cucks. I haven't picked Penske once, and guess what? They haven't won a fucking race yet.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They've been up there the whole time, bro.
Yeah, well.
Ryan, I'll come to your house and fucking cut your
shit. Do you just have that laying around?
Oh yeah, dude.
Send me a little bit of rough when you cut that little play up.
So we're five races through, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
I
so
think.
next
we have five
races,
different winners.
5 different winners, and none of them are Penske. So we got Atlanta, Bristol Dirt, Martinsville, Richmond, Dega.
Let me drop a fact on you right now, real quick though. Do you know who are second and third in Cup points right now?
I don't really care. None of them have
Joey
won.
Logano and Brad Keselowski.
I'm gonna say
who's the only Ford that has won a race this year so far? Michael McDowell.
Let's go.
Well deserved.
I'm gonna say Penske. Penske goes the first 10 races this year without a win.
No.
First eight. They're
10.
gonna get the win on the 8th race.
So what you're saying is your pick and my pick are wrong for this week, then, Logan.
Yeah.
And mine too, because I'm still Penske. Facts.
Every time I pick Penske, they don't win.
Yo, why don't you just pick fucking Austin Cindric since he's in this race?
Tyler's Penske adjacent. I guess if we're gonna move over real quick, let's go to trucks. Does anybody have a hot take on who might win the truck race?
I'm going with John Hunter. I mean, it's a pretty safe pick. It's a pretty safe. It's a safe pick.
Yeah, but I literally just said let's stray away from these top 10 picks and let's fucking go balls to the wall.
Fine, Austin Hill. Austin.
There you go.
There we go.
That's not crazy.
That's not really balls to the wall.
Austin Hill like almost won that race last year. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I keep forgetting he's even a driver. So
he's the Pillsbury Doughboy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna really.
Not even that fit.
He's probably the one that I'm gonna have to drink to adjust out of my truck Final Four, because I had the Pillsbury Doughboy in my Final Four, and I'm not feeling so good about it anymore.
Well, that is okay. So so this week it's we obviously have the Cup race on Sunday afternoon, but the truck race, and the Xfinity race are both on Saturday. Truck race is first, then Xfinity race. I am gonna go.
And we don't even know the entry list. I don't know if any Cup drivers are driving.
Kyle Busch is in the field, but nobody can pick Kyle Busch. So.
All right.
Kyle Busch will probably win the race as long as he doesn't fucking spin out intentionally again. Wait, so Logan, did you go John Hunter Nemechek? That's who you picked.
I'm picking Austin Hill.
You're picking Austin.
Austin Hill, yeah.
I picked Austin Hill last week. I was kind of thinking about Austin Hill, but I can't pick the same guy. So
even though two of us did that last week.
I know. I'm gonna go. You know what? KBM has run really well at this track. I'm gonna go with Chandler Smith. I think Chandler Smith has had some decent runs this year. I just have this feeling that Chandler Smith is gonna get one here sooner or later.
I mean, I feel like that's not a bad pick. I think he's a good driver, and it's reasonable to think he will probably grab one here. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with Zane Smith. So A Smith.
Okay.
But,
GMS is bound to win one here.
He's only been in one of the Atlanta truck races, but he had a top 5. He actually finished 5th. So
yeah, GMS has been having a pretty hard year so far. So
and
yeah,
they're
odd.
Turn it around.
It's odd that they've struggled because of how dominant they were last year. So
and then there's Ben Rhodes, which we don't talk about.
Yeah,
he will only be named once in the podcast before the podcast gets shut down for good. Yeah. Tyler.
Get your hot takes here. I'm going.
Are you a Jamaican food vendor?
Yeah, dude.
Get your hot takes here, man. I got a little jerk chicken in a hot take for y'all.
Hey, come on,
what flavor of hot cakes do you have?
Jamaican ones.
He's got Jamaican spiced pancakes. Yum.
Anyways, your boy is going with Carson Hovercar, aka Carson Lucivar.
Wow.
Holy
That's the best
shit.
pronunciation I've ever heard last name.
Dude, it crossed my mind. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the Hovercar.
I know he's 10th in points, but like, fuck, man. Are you really?
Hey, Ryan, guess what, buddy? Suck my ass, buddy. I ain't going no boring pick of fucking, ooh, Hendrick, ooh, Penske. I'm going fucking balls to the wall, brother.
I mean, didn't you pick Penske the past 3 weeks?
Really good.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing at your pick. I was laughing at your pronunciation of his last name.
Oh, no, I'm laughing at all my picks, dude.
Well, I don't have any stats for Carson Hocevar because I don't think he's raced at Atlanta before in trucks, so
that means he hasn't lost, though.
I don't even have stats for John Hunter or Austin Hill. I do have stats for 3 races, average finish of 9th, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s.
I do know John Hunter has a win there. It was a couple years ago when Kyle Busch led the entire race and then drove off a pit road without a tire on.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then he won that race. But yeah,
I've got a real hot take here. When Kyle Busch runs a truck race, he needs to use a Rick Ware pit crew to pit the truck from now on.
I kind of like that.
That'll even it out.
I like
What's
it.
That?
Don't they have like the standing stops unless it's like green flag stops?
No,
they don't allow. They don't change tires.
Yeah, they don't. The trucks are on the same tires the whole race.
Yeah, you get 1.5 sets of tires.
Well, there's also an Xfinity race that's happening on Saturday. Tyler, the hot take machine.
Fuck. Hey, give me
one.
Yeah,
I'm like so interested. After these first 2 picks, I don't even know what the fuck he's gonna go with this Xfinity race.
Ryan Reed. I think he's gonna pick Ryan Reed. Maybe Matt Tifft.
Rip Roush, right? Like when did Roush officially quit the Xfinity series?
When that 60 car wrecked 34 times in one season.
Right. That's right. Oh,
that 60 car was cursed.
I think they probably buried the last one in like a Indian burial ground somewhere, never to be seen again.
All right, so you guys are actually going with me?
We are going with you, yes.
Yeah, we want a hot take alert.
All right.
Really hot take, please.
All right, as hot as possible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Herpes hot, baby.
All right. Let me think real quick. It's coming to me. I'm feeling
He's
it.
Thinking way too hard. Ryan, you got to pick?
Well, as he's thinking, I can give mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, give yours.
Jeb Burton.
Oh.
He's always have found his way. I mean, even after that stunt he pulled at Phoenix, he finished 6th. So he's at what is it, 3rd in points? He was 3rd in points leading up to this last race. So
there are no statistics on Jeb Burton.
3rd in points. And that's my pick.
I mean, interesting. I don't like it. I don't hate it. So I am not going to pick Martin Truex Jr., who's in the 54 car this week, because nobody on this podcast.
That's disgusting.
Yep. Nobody on this podcast should pick Martin Truex Jr., who's in the 54 car this week.
Rip Ty Dillon.
I'm gonna go with Brandon Jones. I know I feel like all of us at a certain point have had a little bit of hate on Brandon Jones, but I think.
I mean, I like seeing him getting turned into the inside wall there. That was pretty fun.
I now have more respect for the fella than I did before. I will say that much.
You know, he's won a few races here, and he's sort of turned. I don't think he's ever gonna be I mean, money talks in the sport, but I don't see him ever being a successful Cup Series driver.
His daddy's the CEO of Ream, for all who don't know.
Yeah. Yes. So, but Jones, I mean, it feels like all season he's had a lot of speed, even like the tail end of last year. I feel like the Gibbs cars have been pretty good recently at some of the more worn out tracks like Atlanta.
Track.
I mean, they're good every week, but especially it seems like some of the low grip tracks, especially in the Xfinity series. So I think Jones is gonna get him one here. So I'm gonna go.
Ryan's pick is backed up by stats of Jones finishing on average finish of 9.67 in his last 3 races at Atlanta. 1 top 5, 2 top 10s with 1 lap led, and that is his home track. So
not bad.
How Brandon Jones is not a bad pick in my opinion.
Hot take machine is ready, boys.
Oh God.
Turn on the heat.
But since Xfinity is not as stacked as like Cup or Truck, so it's a little bit more difficult. But anyways, hey, get your hot takes, Iman. Get your hot takes. We got Brandon Brown who dominated the race, leading over 50% of it.
Once again, Tyler's pick is not backed up by any solid statistics. Although Brandon Brown has an average finish of 12.5 in the last 2 races, he does not have a top 5 or a top 10 and has not led a single lap.
And you know what's going to happen? That's going to change, where he's going to lead about 137 of the laps, and he's going to have 1 win, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and an average finish of number 1 for that year.
I think Tyler just heard the name Brandon when it's like, oh, there's got to be another Brandon I can pick. Hot take.
Can we just appreciate the fact YT picked Carson Hocevar.
Hover car.
Dibby.
Carson Hovercar. Actually, not Carson Hocevar. Carson Hovercar. Brandon Brown and Matt Benedetto.
Is Carson Hovercar going to be like a character in Cars 4?
It might be, dude. I honestly hope he has some.
Honestly, that could be a thing.
All right, Disney, I trademark that, so you have to pay me to use it.
Honestly, if any of those guys wins at Atlanta this week,
Tyler gets to choose our punishment.
I might just like take like 5 shots on this the next time. So next week.
All with a gun.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that dark, but I mean, fuck it. None of them are gonna fucking win, so I feel pretty fucking safe.
Watch all 3 of them win. Watch all.
Harrison Burton is my pick for the race.
Okay.
Good pick.
I like that. Yeah.
That's a good pick.
It's
here's a disclaimer real
definitely
quick.
The best of the 2 Burton picks.
Yeah, definitely. But anyways, I have 0 confidence in all my picks. Just a heads up. But they're gonna win.
No, you can't say that.
All right.
You know what? That takes
Fine.
out any bet you might make.
All right, fine. Listen here. Look at the camera. If you guys aren't,
the one
if you guys
that's
are on YouTube,
least far-fetched is Brandon Brown. I mean, not leading the whole race part, but Brandon Brown and Matt DiBenedetto. I mean, there's a chance. There's at least a chance with those.
I don't know. I think Hocevar has.
Look at the camera right now. I'm looking dead into all y'all.
I mean, that Nice equipment isn't good anymore. Now that they aren't partnering with GM.
He did well last week.
I have 100% confidence all three of those motherfuckers are gonna win.
You should probably place a bet then, because if you parlay those three guys and they all win, dude, you're turning like $10 into $12 million.
Oh yeah, I'd be off the podcast. I'd be on a
no, dude, you'd be supporting the podcast with your $12 million. Because I told you to make the bet.
I mean, if we are all being honest about this, like I feel like DiBenedetto would have the best shot to win because I feel like he has the best equipment out of.
You just say DiBenedetto?
We're never gonna say his name right, and that's a thing. That's just gonna be a thing.
Matthew J. DiBenedetto.
My driver is Matt DiBenedetto.
DiBenedetto your mom hole.
DiBenedetto and hover car, baby.
No, but which you guys are, like?
We can just say Matt Big Muscles.
Like Jay and Logan, like would you of the three guys that YT pick, like who do you think like is in the best equipment relative to like the field? Like I feel like it's gotta be Matty D, right?
Yeah, because Matty D by a long shot. Yeah. Right?
Like yeah.
Matt.
Well, it sounds like we pretty much wrapped up Atlanta, and I think we should probably end the podcast on a new segment, NASCAR Would You Rathers. So for the first one, we've got a hot question coming at y'all. You are a NASCAR or NASCAR adjacent driver. Would you rather have the career of Matt Crafton or Tim Richmond?
Crafton, because then I know I have a ride through the sponsor.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Tim Richmond, he was the classic live fast, die young. Unlike the new right now? BJ McLeod racing team, which is live fast, drive slow.
But like, am I dead right now?
Well, obviously, if you're fucking
you literally live fast and die young, but you have a kick-ass like racing career, and you got a bunch of AIDS, which means you tore ass.
Me being Matt Crafton, I still won a championship, so.
You took out your dick in a NASCAR photo at least once, if you're Tim Richmond. You had awesome hair.
I could see Ryan doing that.
Yeah. You know, if we all got together, Ryan's taking his dick out in a group photo. Oh, sorry, Ryan's grandparents.
I'd have to bring this
it
along.
might happen.
Yeah, right. Tyler's gonna take it home, put it on his mantle as the tiniest little mantelpiece he's ever seen.
Same with Carson Hovercar and Matthew Big Muscles.
Okay,
put it on a plaque like deer antlers.
Okay, let me give you a third option then, because this was my original idea. So you get to choose from these three careers, and you gotta have like tell me why. You got Crafton's, Tim Richmond's, or Michael Waltrip's.
I am going Tim Richmond all the way, just because overall he's a fucking beast. Like, he's a great driver, and he was just a cool dude. Like,
he gave out AIDS for free. He definitely gave out AIDS for free.
I mean, if I got to die from AIDS, whatever. Like, I had a good ass career and I had fun doing it. He's like the motto of drive fast, eat ass. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he definitely had I feel like he would have had a fantastical career overall. His winning percentage for how short his career was off the charts.
And his car was very pretty.
He did drive a couple. He drove for Hendrick, baby.
Exactly. So I'm definitely a Tim Richmond fan. So who
isn't?
So we got Michael Waltrip, who had a very long career, but only three Cup wins.
Mm-hmm. 4
at plate tracks. 4 all at plate tracks.
2 Daytona 500 though,
which is pretty good. But you also had to. Did you guys watch the documentary?
I have
not yet.
It was on TV. You just literally had to not change the channel.
had to go to work.
It's the first thing I ever bought on Amazon. The second it came out, and I watched it, and I still
watch it here.
It's so good.
I won't watch it. So.
But if you're Michael Waltrip, you also had to win the Daytona 500, and then like 10 minutes later find out that your best friend died.
I mean, I'd choose a life
like my Saturday
I'd choose Michael Waltrip's career. I've always wanted to spill tacos on Denny Hamlin's car.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not what Ryan's looking to spill on Denny Hamlin, but it's something. I mean, Matt Crafton won how many truck titles though?
Yeah.
2, 3. You could also say, if you wanted to actually admit this to anybody, that you have the most truck races of all time, because he definitely has that, which is not.
He has 15 wins in the truck series though.
I know, nothing to be proud of, nothing to write home about.
Only 15. Really? Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
He had six in 2015.
We get a fact check.
I'm fact checking.
Literally on it right now. Like, he had 6 in 2015. No other season he had more than 2. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah,
that is pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Well, then think about it. You think about it though. That's back when Kyle Busch and everything, like all of them, could race unlimited races.
I mean,
no, never mind. No wins it. He's got a win at Eldora, Iowa, 2 at Texas, 2 at Charlotte, 1 at Kentucky, 1 at Homestead, 2 at Martinsville, Dover, 3 at Kansas, and 1 at Atlanta.
Oh shit! Can I change it to Matt Crafton now?
No. You can only do a pick hotter than Carson Hovercar.
He also raced in the Truck Series 9 times at Milwaukee, a couple times at Pikes Peak.
Oh shit!
Twice at Mesa Marin. So,
let's go.
Dude's been around for a while.
Hey, honestly, Mesa Marin should never have been torn down. That is a very, very awesome track, and I'm not just biased because it's very close to me.
For a guy who's been in the Truck Series for that long,
right,
probably have more wins than that.
And it has had decent equipment too.
Yeah, always
great
had
equipment.
I mean, I think at the beginning ThorSport wasn't like all it was cracked up to be, but he's been sponsored by Menards.
He had the funding too.
Dude, he's had in 479 races, he has 15 wins. Like, Kyle Busch has 59 and like 157
in 58.
Like, I mean, he does have 3 championships, so that
he's consistent. That's all that matters.
I mean, Terry Labonte has 2 championships, right?
He didn't even win the championship in the year he had 6 wins. Like, his win totals in the championship years are 1 in 2013, 2 in 2014, and 0 in 2019.
He won the championship with 0 wins just to what's it called? Get revenge on that one season that he won 6 and didn't win.
Yeah.
It's like Terry Labonte, dude. Raced 890 races in NASCAR. Won 2 championships, but only had 22 wins. Wow. Similar, but it's in Cup, so it's 10 times better.
Dude, think about that. So the 2, 2013 and 2019. So 2013, he led 87 laps, won the championship. 2019, he led 44 laps all year and won the championship. That's insane.
I can't remember. There's a third driver to win a championship with no win. And then I know I've said it to you guys in private before, but my dad won a Busch North championships, not only with 0 wins in 1994, but 0 laps led.
That's
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's about to be Larry this season.
That's
0 laps
led. For those that don't know Larry, he's coming out.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up one time, and I was like, and he
had to have consistent finishes then.
Oh, very consistent. And he had 19 wins overall in the Busch North series. So never when it was the bullshit K&N series. But it's
it was real man series.
I can tell you this. That season, his average finish was
it's like 2.
No, 7.5.
Yeah,
shit.
That's pretty good.
That's
20 races, good. 16 top 10s, and that was when like racing was actually racing in that series. So
racing, not 30 seconds apart after 2 laps at Michigan.
He averaged about 2 wins every year from almost every year from 87 to like 2001.
And then that came along.
What?
And then that came along where he just didn't win.
No, he only raced like 2 full seasons after 2001, and one of them was like
did he quit because of Dale Earnhardt?
No, that was his last season was 2005, and he stopped because my brother started racing. So
shout out to Jay's brother,
DJ Shaw.
Let's go.
5-time and 3-time defending past Super Late Model champion.
Get your hot takes here. DJ Shaw wins the NASCAR Cup race within 20 years.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go, DJ Shaw.
Dude,
He's not gonna go Austin Terrio and drive
honestly,
a Rick Ware car at New Hampshire.
Put him in the 10 car in the Cup Series. What does he do in the 10 car?
I'd have to say I'd rather see him in like an Xfinity car. I feel like that's probably like, for if I ever won the Megabucks or Powerball, I'm starting an Xfinity team and he's my driver. Hot take.
I'll fuck with that.
Now I just need to start playing the Powerball. I started on my FanDuel winnings.
Honestly, what would be okay? So if you're starting either a Cup or Xfinity team.
He said, "Shut up, Ryan."
Oh.
Keep talking.
Go ahead.
I can talk. Are you sure I can talk?
Please talk.
Unfortunately.
Don't listen to Tyler. He's trying to hurt your feelings.
If you had to start a truck or Xfinity team, who would be the first driver you contacted?
Mark Martin.
Not Daniel Hemrick.
Okay, let's say Xfinity team. The first driver you contact is who?
Does he have to be a free agent now?
No. Current contracts don't mean anything. Basically, as long as they're not in the Cup Series, who's the first person you contact?
Carl Edwards.
Christian Eckes.
Carl Edwards. Wow. I kind of fuck with that. But
yeah, well, he's just going to be like, nah, bro, I'm running for office in a couple years, so.
No, we're forcing it. We're like, yeah, we have your family here. If you don't race, they are going to be executed on live TV at Atlanta.
They have to race.
Dude, yeah. Carl Edwards has definitely been contacted about racing since his retirement, and I'm sure his answer was, fuck no, buddy. I think Christian Eckes makes sense if I was starting an Xfinity team today, because he doesn't have a full ride this season. We're already a few races into the season, so he wouldn't be running for points, and he could at the very least run the races that he's not, or he could just do double duty on the days he's running trucks. And I feel like he's better than people give him credit for, and I don't always think that trucks are the best stepping stone for some guys who are used to running late models. I feel like dirt guys run better in trucks, oddly enough. And off-road folks, and definitely not NHRA people from what it looks like, or ladies who run dirt off-road trucks. I don't know. I just think he's a good driver who might get like thrown under the bus and not really ever get a good chance unless he wins a couple races in shit sport equipment this year. Who do you guys contact if you're starting a truck or Xfinity team?
I'm still on Carl Edwards. Like, if he has to come here, like, just say he has to. I mean,
okay, let's be real. Who's your second call?
Mine would be Brandon Brown.
Of course, it's not going to be Tommy Joe Martins.
Dude, just because you said Brandon Brown, I'm going Tommy Joe.
Fair enough.
I'm running a failed team, baby. I'm running a failed team.
Although, is your startup going to be better than Brandon Brown's team? I don't know. Maybe if you Logan goes in for a hostile takeover and buys Brandon Brown's team out from under him just so he can have him as a driver. I say Tyler definitely calls hover car. You don't call hover car.
Are you guys ready for this one?
Oh, yeah, I am ready.
Oh,
Michael, Here comes Michael Annette or Justin Allgaier. I'll kill you.
it's be like Johnny Sauter.
No.
Yeah, you call Michael Annett, you get funding for a fucking second car, bro, and you've got 2 full-time cars already.
All right, you ready? Romain Grosjean.
Let's go! Let's go! All right, Lewis Hamilton then for mine.
Yep. Changing my pick, bro. I'm bringing Kimmy back. I'm bringing Kimmy back.
I'm bringing Norris then in. Norris and Ricardo. Making a 2-team.
Dude, I wish we could have like a they should have like some off-season thing with like F1 and NASCAR where like it'd be like the top 8 drivers like in each series. Like you swap rides and like you
half the field for F1.
chop 5 drivers. You pick 5 drivers and then
no. If F1's not coming to America this year, are they?
No, they are.
They are. So that they're not. The COVID bullshit's done now. So are they coming to Canada and COTA?
Yeah.
Dude, they should have made a double, like a NASCAR F1 weekend. That would
have been sick.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
Open now, so.
Then you could literally have a race, bust out some old IROC cars or something. You can't really do SRX because NASCAR wouldn't be too happy about it. But
that'd be fun, honestly.
The weekend, the time that NASCAR and F1 do a doubleheader at COTA, I will go down to Texas and get a ticket and watch that.
I'd travel. I'd definitely travel for that.
Imagine if they ran together too, like a multi-series.
Could you imagine Cup and F1 cars?
Beating the shit out of
Quinn Hoff just completely clobbering the whole F1 field, entering turn 1.
Honestly, if Canada is going to open the border and allow like us to go up there, I'm not that far away from Montreal. Like that would be, that'd be a worthwhile trip. I'll pick up our friend Larry Smith along the way.
And Bobby Love.
Bobby Love.
Bro, imagine though if Ryan Newman just fucking decking Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, dude, just blocking him down the straightaway, just straight up. Dude, Ross Chastain is like weaving back and forth that long ass straightaway.
Lewis Hamilton's going over 200 on the front straightaway. He just pulls right in front of him, going like half the speed.
Give me a draft, boy.
Lewis.
He just gets
be aware of the rolling chicane. There is a rolling chicane fast approaching ahead, Lewis.
I know my tires are dead. Proceeds to make the fastest lap.
God, that would be the funniest fucking fight.
Wasn't there
car just gets out and just fucking beats the shit out of Lewis Hamilton?
Didn't some drivers get together? They did an event where they did like a karting race, like 10 years ago or more. Because I know Carl Edwards was in it because he like turned someone during that race.
Yeah, they used to do that every single year. There was some sort of karting race at one of the, like the GoPro Motorplex or whatever it's called.
Well, I don't know if it was there or I thought it was like overseas.
I mean, there was the Race of Champions.
Yeah,
that was good too.
I'm just saying right now,
where Carl Edwards beat Michael Schumacher. Let's.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, he just beat the fuck out of Michael Schumacher by like.
Oh yeah, the one that was indoors with the cars.
With the Fiats.
Yeah.
And what's funny too is that those Fiats.
They were all shitting on Carl Edwards too.
Yeah.
And
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And the next year, Jeff Gordon beat Alonso. For the championship.
Dude, honestly, like I don't think I think I could go my entire life without watching another race if F1 and NASCAR just like both raced on the same track at the same time. Like I just
Series 2 fucking.
Oh my god.
Sheldon Creed just jumps the track.
Dude, just do it at fucking Dega. Put them all. Dude, imagine F1 at Dega, bro.
Fucking F1 on dirt.
Yes. F1 on Bristol dirt.
Alrighty. Is there any more would you rather questions you want to ask?
Any more like reasonable? We're just talking nonsense right now.
Yeah, they're not even like I thought these were go-karts. They're like tiny cars.
Yeah, they're like little Fiats.
Yeah, I think they are actually. Yeah.
But
there was something else. There's definitely been him in a go-kart somewhere. But
oh yeah, there probably is. But is there any other questions you want to ask us?
I don't think I've ever had a single question I've ever cared to hear your opinions on, but that will conclude episode 6. Thank you for listening, grandparents and other relatives, and we hope to have you back. Well, in like 30 episodes when the podcast is good. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Josh Berry, salute.